Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurul Aulia Suryani.
My name is Muhammad Fardan.
My name is Marfa bin Siawan.
On behalf of my team from Group 3, we will talk about transparency and accountability in public institutions.
We are here to present our defending
On corruption of COVID-19 assistance fund.
Let's move on to the first point, which is introduction. Transparency and accountability are fundamental principles of good governance that determine the integrity and effectiveness of public institutions. Transparency ensures that government process, discussion, and financial activities are open, accessible, and understandable to the public, allowing citizen and oversight body to monitor the use of authority and public resources. Accountability, meanwhile, requires public official and institution to justify their action, accept responsibility for failure or misconduct, and be subject to appropriate sanction or corrective measures. When these principles are weak, public institutions become vulnerable to corruption, abuse of power, inefficiency, and declining public trust. Conversely, strong transparency and accountability frameworks supported by clear regulation, independent oversight, open data system, and effective civic participation exchange in institutional performance, promote ethical conduct, and reinforce democratic legitimacy. Strengthening these two principles is therefore essential for ensuring that public institutions operate in a manner that is both responsive and responsible to the citizens they serve. The next point about transparency. Transparency, which is rooted in the word transparent, refers to the quality of openness, clarity, and visibility. In the context of government administration, transparency is defined as a principle that guarantees the right of access and freedom for every individual to obtain comprehensive information regarding the process of public governance. This information encompasses the policies being enacted, the mechanism of their formulation and implementation, as well as the final output or outcomes that have been achieved from these policies. The second is about accountability. In the context of governance states that public accountability is the government obligation to provide reports, explain, and be responsible for all policy and activities to the public who have the right access. Accountability is not merely an administrative obligation, but a fundamental foundation of a healthy democratic system. When public officials are accountable, citizens feel value and believe their voice matters. Conversely, when accountability is neglected, there is the potential for abuse of power, corruption, and a decline in trust in state institutions. Therefore, implementation accountability in government and public institutions is imperative for the creation of good governance. The third point, what is good governance? Good governance refers to action based on value to control public issues, consistent with the simple definition of good governance as the sound management of government that adheres to certain principles. And the last point is public institution. Public institutions are viewed as state government agencies or bodies that process formal legality and are facilitated by the state to manage the interests of the people across all fields that are complex in nature.
Okay, now I will be continue about importance of transparency and mechanism of transparency. Transparency is a foundational pillar of sound government management. serving multiple interconnected roles for the public good. Firstly, it actively increases public trust by allowing citizens to clearly observe government processes and decisions. This openness subsequently so ensures the accountability of officials and institutions. As public scrutiny holds them responsible for their actions, this rigorous oversight is the primary why transparency. After that, prevent corruption, making it difficult for illicit practice to take root or remain hidden. Ultimately, by maintaining high standards of accountability and preventing was transparency and the last promote the efficient and effective use of resources, ensuring public funds are maximized for the benefit of society. Next, the mechanism of transparency is a series of concrete actions designed to release openness in government administration. The core of this mechanism is, firstly, open data publication, which ensures government information, especially that related to finance and operation, is accessible to the public in an easily digestible format. Furthermore, transparency is reinforced through, after that, public participation in oversight, where civil society is directly involved in monitoring government programs to grant the extraction of information. This mechanism involves so independent audit and reporting by credible third parties. All these processes are facilitated by after that use of digital technology, such a government with simplify access and interaction. Finally, the entire mechanism must be supported and the last implementation of clear anti-corruption policies and laws, which serve as the legal and section framework so that the practice of openness can run effectively and consistently. Now about importance of accountability and mechanism of accountability. Main pillar of good governance, establishing the fundamental requirement for legitimate authority. Furthermore, accountability plays a crucial role in after that prevention of corruption and abuse of power, making it mandatory for officials to justify their actions. Moreover, the demand for accountability directly delivers so improvement of public service quality, guaranteeing that public funds are utterly efficiently and effectively to grant maximum public benefit. And then the last, responsible management of state's finance or value for money, where every expenditure must yield the best possible value for society. Next, the mechanism of accountability is legal frameworks, which provide the formal basis for the entire process. Accountability is closely supported by transparency, which allows for public oversight to verify truthfulness and compliance the mechanism relies on. So independent audit and digital monitoring. Community involvement is granted to after that community participation, often facilitated by digital platforms. Finally, the system's effectiveness is maintained through protection for those who report misconduct, so with stable lower protection and the ability to follow up on findings through and the last for enforcement and refers to formal correctivation and section taken to follow up on the findings on violation from audits is reports to answer compliance with the law. Okay, I will explain the case study that we took regarding corruption of COVID-19 social assistance fund. During the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, the Indonesian Ministry of Social Affairs or Kemensos distribute social assistance package or bansos to help vulnerable population, particularly in the Jakarta metropolitan area. These packs consisted of essential food items and were funded with a total packet budget of approximately 5.9 trillion. There were 272 person from counter executed in two pieces. Each packet was evaluated at the through 300,000 rupiah. Juliari Batubara, who served as Indonesian Ministry of Social Affairs at the time, was implicated in the corruption scandal involving the misuse of these funds. Let's move in Marvel.
The appointment of PT RPI as a partner was allegedly known by Juliari and approved by Adi. During the first phase of the COVID-19 social aid package, a fee of Rupiah 12 billion was collected with Rupiah 82 billion, allegedly given as bribes to Juliari through Adi. The money was then managed by Eko and Sally. Juliari trusted Adis for his personal expense. In the second phase from October to December 2020, an additional Rupiah 8 billion in fees was collected. In total, the KPK said Juliari received Rupiah 17 billion in bribes, all allegedly used for personal purpose. For his action, Juliari was charged under Article 12A, 12B, or 11 of Law No. 31 or 1999, as amended by Law No. 20 or 2001 in conjunction with Article 55, paragraph 11 of the Criminal Code. Implication of the corruption case of Juliari Batubara. 1. Social and economic implication. 1. Erosion of public trust. The misuse of social assistance fund during the COVID-19 crisis deepened public distrust toward governance institutions, especially those responsible for viral distribution. 2. Increased social frustration. Beneficiaries who should have received full food aid instead suffered from recorded or lower quality assistance, warning the sense of injustice in society. 3. Weekend social cohesion. Corruption in emergency program creates resentment among citizens, rendering solidarity during periods when collective support is crucial. 4. Misallocation of public resources. The diversion of funds Rupiah 17 billion mean fewer resources reached into the beneficiary. 5. Higher poverty vulnerability. Lower aid quality during the pandemic increased the economic vulnerability of low-income households, slowing recovery from COVID-19. 6. Increased public spending inevitably. Corruption reduces the government return on investment in social protection program and force additional costs for audit, investigation, and reform. Next, 2. System vulnerability. 1. Strengthening procurement governance. The case highlights the need for more transparency and accountability vendor selection system, including digital procurement tracking and third-party audit. 2. Lack of transparency, limited public oversight, and opaque supplier selection process allowed corrupt practice to occur understand for months. 3. Dependent on personal networks, the involvement of trust individual echo and selfie showed that personal patronage network can avoid formal procedures, increasing system risks. 3. Police challenge. 1. Strengthen the procurement governance. The case highlights the need for more transparency and accountability vendor selection system, including digital procurement tracking and third-party audit. 2. Encouraging crisis response safeguard. Emergency situation often require fast action, but without proper safeguard, corruption risks in a case policies must balance speed and accountability. 3. Improving whistleblower protection. Individuals without institution often refer because strong protection and anonymous reporting system are recommended. 4. Data transparency and digitally. Public access to real-time data on social institutions remain limited. Implement open data report can reduce corruption vulnerability. 5. Restoring public trust beyond prosecution. The government must implement policy reform to rebuild confidence in social assistance. The corruption case involving Julia Batubara demonstrates that national crisis is never an excuse to weaken transparency or accountability. Even during emergencies, the government must uphold strict oversight to prevent the misuse of public resources. The scandal revealed structural vulnerability within Indonesia's social assistance system, particularly its reliance on manual, opaque, and politically exposed process that enable rent-seeking behavior during the COVID-19 crisis. To prevent future abuse, the government must purposeful digitalization of social assistance and procurement system. Cash or in-kind aid should be replaced with digital payment mechanisms that allow real-time tracking, while supplier selection must be conducted through moderatory procurement platform to eliminate discretionary intervention. These reforms are essential not only to close corruption loopholes but also to build public trust. Ultimately, the Julia case is not just a failure of individual ethics but a systematic governance failure without firm commitment, transparency, accountability, and digital reform. Similar corruption risks will resurface whenever the state is under pressure. If you need the version made even shorter or formatted or report presentation, I can just it.
Okay guys, so
this is ending our presentation. Thank you for attention, and Sunlight is saying, to be the best of disinfection, electric light the most efficient policeman.
thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.